contribution to India's independence movement and leading the Indian National Army is indispensable. His political and ideological views were largely influenced by Bhagavad Gita. Because of his valor and contribution towards Indian national freedom struggle, his birth anniversary since last year has been known as Parakram Divas. Our principal and all our vice principals and our coordinators are supporting pillars for us. They support in every endeavors. So now I would like to welcome Ms. Madhuri Vaidya, Vice Principal of Arts, to give welcome address.
Thank you so much, Kritika. Thank you, Nimisha, for giving me this opportunity to meet all the mass media students as well. And a warm afternoon to one and all. It's truly a privilege to welcome our today's resource person, Mr. Ashish Katkar, who has been the guest, but I would not call him as the guest as well. Yeah. Such a familiar face to all of us, and he being truly a very busy person in his own profession, but I can make out the passion with which he comes to the college and orients our students as far as this great field is concerned, a very upcoming field, having very bright career prospects for our students as well. So Mr. Ashish Katkar, senior producer from ABP Maza, myself Madhuri Vaidya, I take this privilege to welcome you for this program. It's a college which is 3 times in 3 cycles accredited by A grade. That itself, I think, a one-line description about our college, which is second time awarded as a highly performing institute, acknowledged by the same institute, that is NAC. And the college is into truly the development of the students horizontally as well as vertically, I would say. The college does take interest in the students' progress, no matter whether it is academic or even in terms of their future career. Promoting couple of activities and organizing programs. The college just tries to push these young buddies as far as their personal life and academic life is concerned. So I welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Ashish Katkar. Sir, सुस्वागतम आमच्या कॉलेजमध्ये. आज तुम्ही वेगळ्या कॅपॅसिटीमध्ये बोलणार आहात. आणि yes, my dear students across all the faculty and the students of the bachelor's in mass media course, welcome you all for this program, and I do appreciate the efforts and the initiative taken by the faculty of bachelor's of mass media course at such show. So Dr. Nimisha and Kritika and Sabiha, welcome you all as well for this program and appreciate this great effort taken by you. Just to talk a few lines with my students, as far as the Cinepedia, the Film and Drama Club, which is established by this department 2 years back, has been and one of the activities or the exercises which has been introduced by the college with some purpose. Okay, and the purpose is just to provide a platform to all the students to just develop themselves in terms of their communication skills, skills in organization, skills in coordination and synchronization, and overall managing the entire program. My dear BMM students, this is going to be your career life just 1 or 2 or 3 years down the line as far as your career prospects are concerned. Am I right? Since you will be specializing in the field of journalism, I believe that you need to be updated with all the socio-political issues that are happening all around the world, and of course in our in our near and dear circle. As far as that is concerned, we do keep telling you to be updated simply by reading the newspapers, knowing fully well what is the genuine response of the students. But you people cannot afford to do that, since in next 1 or 2 or 3 years, as I said, depending upon the which grade that you are into right now, you will be the other side, isn't it? You will be the ones who will giving us the updated news, and we will be so happy and privileged to have the news from our own students. So to be a journalist, you are going to carry a lot of responsibility, not only personal, but of course it is a very high level of social responsibility, very noble profession wherein you have to be bold and beautiful and try to I would say dissect the phenomenon, try to identify the pros and cons, try to deliver it so effectively. So I believe that the department is trying to give you this kind of a holistic support, by providing this platform, one of which is the Cinepedia. Am I right? So try to take the maximum benefit of such initiatives which are given to you by the department, and it's you, my dear students, who actually have to shoulder this responsibility. By the time you graduate from the college, the teacher should feel so confident that yes, जैसे कि अपनी निमिष मात्रिक, तिचं नाव काय ग निमिषा? She has been our student.
Maria.
Sorry?
Who's that?
Newsreader, reporter of our college, whom we had also invited as a chief guest for one of the programs.
Aruza Ahmed hai, Maria hai, Nicole hai. Nicole was
which
there.
means I was aware of only one, and now Nimisha ma'am is giving a list of few more. So it itself shows that yes, the department is very successful in creating such truly career-minded students, and I believe that yes, Nimisha, your department under your leadership is going to have a very high bright future.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
My dear students, in every single program, you must be listening one thing, and that is expressing a gratitude towards, number of people who have contributed to our life, personal or career life or academic life. And one such, why can't we think about that? Yes, remembering our forefathers is a tradition of our culture, isn't it? We never venture into any new activity, any new program, unless and until we remember their contributions and we relive, their life and whatever that they have struggled. Netaji, जिनकी बर्थ एनिवर्सरी आज हम एक पराक्रम दिवस करके मना रहे हैं. We are just celebrating this Parakram Divas, which is a birth centenary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I think there are very few words with which I can describe who is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I am nobody in front of him even to describe his wisdom, his courage, and his passion to give independence to our country. The fruits that we are enjoying, but there is a blood shed by certain freedom fighters, one of whom is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So a great visionary. Okay, in spite of holding degrees, all international degrees, I would say, he had also cleared the civil service examination, but finally landed up as a freedom fighter. I will not call it that he made it as a career, but he completely devoted his life. I think there are no words, and we can express this gratitude towards him. So celebrating his birth anniversary as a Parakram Divas, I think this initiative had started on a national level just last 2 years. Our department, our college is also making the students aware of this particular event, which is otherwise I would say that रोज calendar में एक दिन आता है, एक दिन चला जाता है. But what does that particular day mean? What it gives us, what it motivates us, what it actually enlightens us is a matter of thought. And I think today's Parakram Divas celebration activity. Such activity started by this BMM department, wherein on this platform, I got to know by Nimesha madam that 5 are going to be our own panelists who are going to be evaluated by Sir Katkar sir, right? So he is the one who must have given you inputs, who must have trained you, who must have shaped you that how to speak and what to speak and what not to speak. But today he is going to be on the other side, and our 5 young buddies, young journalists, I feel that they are just the representatives of the entire BMM section, but I'm sure that they are going to do such a wonderful job. I think it's one more idea that actually appealed to me when I was talking to Nimisha just an hour or 2 hours back. And that is that with such activity wherein when I asked her, Nimisha, who are the panelists, she said, ma'am, apne hi 5 students. And believe me, I feel so proud. I feel so nice कि अरे अपने ही 5 बच्चे पैनलिस्ट्स हैं. अभी आपको शायद उसका एक महत्व जो है ना वो पता भी नहीं चलेगा that you are the panelists, okay, of some panel discussion. But when you venture into some academic life, you will realize that अरे who was I at that time and what justice I gave to my own role. So you know, it is something very enlightening that उस बहाने आपने जरूर बहुत कुछ पढ़ा होगा, बहुत कुछ सुना होगा, बहुत sources से you must have tried to gather information about Netaji, and with which you know, there is a lot that you have now gathered but for today's program, for presenting in today's program. And there would be a lot of takeaway for all other participants, you know, that okay, agar ye hamare hi class ke bacche ye kar sakte hain, to tomorrow they might think that why not me, ma'am? And I'm sure that Nimisha would have a tough time in selecting and saying no to few more students in few such programs. So with this, I wish Nimisha and the entire department, Kritika, and I welcome Katkar sir once again and wish you all the best, my dear students, and let's enjoy this program wholeheartedly. Thank you, Nimisha.
Thanks a lot, ma'am, for such encouraging words which came from your heart. Thank you, ma'am. You are speaking your heart actually, and really, in spite of not being well, in spite of having such a busy schedule, matlab, we can just imagine. Vice principals are so busy, but still you agreed, and you have.
So you are, Nimisha.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks for being there. I'm sure students must be very motivated now. Okay, so let us start with our program. Yes, continue, Kritika. Please continue.
Yes. Thank you, Madhuri ma'am, for your encouraging words.
Thank you.
I would like to call coordinator of department, Dr. Nimisha Kamri, who has initiated this activity.
Kritika? Yes, thank you, Kritika. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dr. Nimisha Kamli. As Kritika has said already, our department established in 2008, and our department is named as Srimati Devilaben Mehta, Department of BA Mass Media. And media has always been in great demand. Only the roles are changing. Like sometimes there was a demand for journalism, sometimes there is demand for advertising, then there is demand for advertising, animation, PR. So only there are a lot of things on plateau. So demand keeps changing, but always, like, you know, the students become so versatile in the 3 years period of time that they can make a space for themselves somewhere in this vast field of mass media or related areas also. Now, regarding this film appreciation club, the name Cinepedia has also been suggested by our dear students of the previous batches. So, Cinepedia, why this activity? First of all, Film and Drama Club, Cinepedia, was initiated with the objective of creating some approach, some perspective among students about not only films but about society, because a lot of times films teach us a lot. Like we love to watch movies, we love to criticize movies, but when we are criticizing, we are being critics also. When we are appreciating, we are being critics also. We are forming our views. So this process is required: view formation, having your own opinion, mature approach towards life and people and society. This, like, you know, is the bigger objective of Cinepedia. And like how a psychologist reads human mind, just because Madhuri ma'am is there, so I'm giving that example. So psychologist reads human mind, a film critic loves and enjoys to unfold different layers of movies. And these aspects, the person is not only exploring the movies, but he's exploring himself, she is exploring herself. So cinema gives you a perspective, it creates social awareness also at times, and we need to have just a different vision, and we are trying to offer that particular vision through the Cinepedia. Now, the inauguration of Cinepedia was done in March 2020 when a film personality had come for inauguration as a chief guest. The name of the person was Mr. Raj Premi, and he has played in roles, like played character role in a lot of movies. So he was the chief guest. Then last year we had a film appreciation workshop in the presence of quite eminent personalities from different media, like there were people who were filmmakers, critics, then script writers, then film analysts and all. So last year we had 2 days workshop on film appreciation, and this year we have this activity. Now why only we have taken up this particular thing with Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, because I always feel a lot of inspiration, we derive from such personalities who go out of the way. Okay, like for example, he made a way for many other people. Matlab, he dared to think differently, and that's why I always feel inspired with his ideas. He always had different vision, different ideas, and genius. Matlab, that only shows that he was a genius. And out of India, he was fighting for India. He had his completely different ways, very very intelligent personality. And that's why we thought we should take this particular opportunity, where government has also declared Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's birth anniversary as Parakram Divas. Now I would like to say some touching words by his daughter. Okay, like always he is a freedom fighter for us, but for his daughter he is a father. So what she wants to say about him, or she has to say about him, that we will just see, and then I'll hand over to Krutika. What she says, Anita Bose, her name is, she's in Germany, and she's our Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's daughter. She says, I salute India and I pray for the Indian people during these times of raging pandemic. After 124 years, yeah, 124 years ago, one of the India's most pronounced sons, my father, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, was born in Cuttack. And the Indian government and the state governments have decided to honor him during this oncoming 125th year of his birth. Thank you very much for this decision. She's thanking government, and then she's saying, talking about her father, she said, and Netaji was a man of thought and also man of action. He had a vision for his country, a country which would be modern, enlightened, and at the same time deep rooted in her history, in her philosophy and her religion and traditions. For he foresaw that there would be many challenges to be faced after attaining independence. Of course, he had hoped to be a part of those people who would face them, but unfortunately, that did not happen. Then she motivated the audiences by saying that we normal people, even if we cannot contribute as great things as the freedom fighters, we can make our small contributions towards the well-being of India, Indian citizens and citizens of the world. So her words are so touching. Matlab, that shows how she feels about not only for her father but for India also. So I really thank Madhuri ma'am, Ashish sir for being here, my department members for managing so well in such a short span of time. All the three members, Kritika, Sabia, and Hate, they are our student turned teachers, but they always contribute very well. Without them I cannot do any event. So thank you, my dear colleagues, and of course my dear students who always take up every activity so passionately that I also feel motivated to do something. Okay, so let's begin. I hand over to Krutika for the program.
Thank you, Nimisha ma'am. Now I would like to inform you that we have seen the video but due to copyright issue, we could not do the live streaming. So we have shared the video in the groups, and now we will be having a discussion. Now let's welcome the moderator of today's session, Mr. Ashish Katkar sir.
Thank
He is
you.
an he is an industry expert of our department, and he is an senior producer at ABP News. But at the same time, he have been teaching, guiding, and mentoring our students since 2009. So, more than 10 years, he is associated with the department to offer us guidelines regarding career in media industries. Now, I request panelists to please begin.
Yes, Kritika, Nimisha madam, can you speak? I want to start
Yes,
or
yes, yes, sir.
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah, first of all, thank you all of you, and it's my pleasure to meeting all of you after a long time. माधुरी मॅडम तुम्हाला सुद्धा बघून बऱ्याच दिवसानंतर बऱ्याच वर्षानंतर बघून परत बरं वाटलं आणि what you rightly said की I am not a guest. Okay, I am just a family member of PN Doshi. What Kritika said since last 13 years, and it's a great moment for me, to be associated with such a nice institution. So let us discuss because what I have been informed that key we are having only half an hour. Afterward, I have to hand. Afterward, no, we have to hand over this to some other department. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. Now you all have done the screening of Dr. that Subhash Chandra Bose movies or some speech and some clips you have seen. Here, I would like to begin our session with some contemporary issues. I want to link this topic. I want to link this today's event with one controversial and contemporary events. You must have heard, you must have read, you must have seen our news. The one of the MP, that is Member of Parliament of the Maharashtra, name is Mr. Amol Kolle. He is known for his acting in Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and Chhatrapati Sambhaji, that TV serial. And in 2017, he has performed the role of Mr. Nathuram Godse, which is again a controversial personality in the history. Uh, Before I continue this session, just again, I would like to give one disclaimer. I am not belonging to any political party. I do not follow any political ideology. So don't take me or don't judge me in that way. Okay. Again, coming back to that topic. So there is one movie that which very soon it will be released on one OTT platform, and now everybody is criticizing Mr. Amol Kole. He, though he belongs to NCP, that is Nationalist Congress Party, that is जिसको हम लोग मराठी में हिंदी में राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस कहते हैं, and it is of Mr. Sharad Pawar is a supremo of this NCP. So why Mr. Amol Kole has enacted the role of Mr. Nathuram Godse? So Nathuram Godse's version is कि I am an actor, and being an actor, I am having a liberty to perform any role. It doesn't matter कि whether that is a controversial role, whether it is against my ideology, something blah 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 blah. I hope आप सब लोगों ने ये न्यूज सुना रहेगा, देखा रहेगा, पढ़ा रहेगा कहीं ना कहीं तो. And the version which is appreciating Mr. Amol Kole is like that कि जिन्होंने रामायण में रावण की भूमिका निभाई थी, इसका मतलब वो नहीं है कि उस एक्टर को रावण पसंद था या उनको रावण की आइडियोलॉजी पता चलती थी. ओके, सेम अगेन जस्ट लाइक कि जो महात्मा गांधी जो मूवी है विच वाज अप्रिशिएटेड एट इंटरनेशनल लेवल, मतलब उनके लिए कुछ ऑस्कर अवार्ड्स भी थे, उसमें भी नथुराम गोडसे की भूमिका जिन्होंने निभाई हुई थी, ही वाज आल्सो नॉट कि मतलब कि उनको भी नथुराम गोडसे पसंद नहीं थे या उनकी आइडियोलॉजी फॉलो नहीं होती थी, बट दे डिड अ रोल एज अ एक्टर and we have to consider their acting as an actor and not as an ideology. अभी मैं इस मुद्दे को या इस बहस को हाथ इसलिए लगाना चाहता हूँ, जिस लाइक हम जो पराक्रम दिवस मना रहे सुभाष चंद्र बोस इनकी 125th बर्थ एनिवर्सरी के मौके पर. So here I would like to make a comment that whenever we make a film on any historical personality, it doesn't matter whether he was in controversy or not, but there is always scope to raise a doubt on our creation. Again, though Mr. Subhash Chandra Bose was out of controversy or was out of circle of the controversy, but still there are some questions which are not answered so far about his life. Am I right? Matlab, nobody know how the death of Subhash Chandra Bose took place. ऐसे उनके बहुत सारे वर्जन हैं. Nimisha ma'am yesterday she shared me some videos, some clips, some speech of Mr. Subhash Chandra Bose, and she shared me कि बाबा these things we are going to screening to the students and then we will have a discussion. I got a time, so I could watch only 2 of them, and those who have those who were attending this screening, I just want to ask you, have those particular clips and speech did answer the question which is not answered so far? Yes.
Yes, students,
Yeah.
you can speak up. Please introduce yourself before speaking.
Yes, sir. It actually answered the question. And sorry, I'm Shruti Pandey from FYBMM. So I have watched the videos and the screening also of this program. So it answered a few of the questions which I had in my mind about him. So thank you.
Yeah. So that is a purpose. So yes, Shruti, thank you for your reply. What I want to say, whenever we make a movie on any historical personality, we have to consider the sentiments of the people. Now, there are 2 schools of thoughts. Being a producer, being a director, being an actor, should I take that liberty to express myself or whatever I feel I should express through films? And next, if that my feeling, my expression, my viewpoint is going to hurt the audience, then what? So there is always this, 2 forces are fighting with each other whenever we make a movie on some national heroes. आप लोगों ने वो भी एक्सपीरियंस किया रहेगा when there was the movie on Queen पद्मावती के बारे में जब मूवी बनाया था, और जब बाजीराव मस्तानी के ऊपर जो मूवी बनाया था. So history is always subject of controversy. Now अभी की जो जनता है, अभी की जो ऑडियंस है, और हम लोग जिनको से हम लोग जो है, we were not present when those incident took place or when those incidents happens. Whatever we are making on the basis of the some literature available with us, or some experts comments and blah blah blah. But there is no authentic source on which we can 100% believe and make a film. Okay. तो ये सिर्फ मिस्टर जो नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस है, मैं इनके बारे में नहीं कह रहा हूँ. आप कोई भी हिस्टोरिकल फिल्म ले लो, फिर वो मुगले आजम रहने दो, या फिर पद्मावती रहने दो, या फिर व्हाट यू से देयर वाज वन फिल्म जो बीच में ऋतिक रोशन और ऐश्वर्या राय के बीच में आया था, जोधा अकबर रहने दो. या नाउ तो देयर वाज अ कंट्रोवर्सी कि बाबा रियली जोधा यूज्ड to dance for King Akbar. So if you ask this question to the Rajasthan people, they say no, ऐसे तो हो नहीं सकता. If you ask some Mughal experts, so they claim yes, she used to dance. अभी किसके ऊपर बिलीव रखना चाहिए? Okay, अभी किसके ऊपर हम लोग बिलीव रख सकते? So the thing is like that, these things, this precaution we always have to consider when you make a movie on some national heroes, some historical events, or the things come in these streams. Now, as far as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is concerned, it's he is not that much controversial personality. जितने नथुराम गोडसे हमेशा कंट्रोवर्सी में रह चुके हैं. Fortunately, he was not belonging to a particular political party. Of course, he was associated with some political parties, but today, not a single political party claim that that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was our product. Okay, this is a fortunate of what we can say that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose इनका भी ये हम लोग कह सकते हैं कि ये उनके लिए भी अच्छी बात है और भारत की जनता के लिए भी अच्छी बात है. That's why लेकिन आप नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस के बारे में अगर आपने अगर बहुत सारे बुक पढ़े हो या लिटरेचर पढ़ा होगा या कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन पढ़ा होगा, then you will come to know कि there are some questions which are not answers, and n number of times the central government has set up the committee to dig out the information, to do some investigation and come up with some concrete answers. Okay, but still they could not. That's why अभी जितने भी फिल्म्स बने हैं, जितने भी there is one web series also, मेरे ख्याल से I think that web series was on Amazon, कि जहाँ पे दिखाया गया है कि सुभाष चंद्र बोस ने जो डिसीजन लिए थे, मतलब they didn't directly say कि बाबा it is controversial, but still you can experience that color of that web series, that ki some decision were taken by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was controversial. But again, it is subjective. It's very from person to person. It's not my personal opinion. This is what I have experienced after screening n number of movies on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, some web series, after reading some books. So being a media student, in future, आप में से कोई तो फिल्म प्रोड्यूसर बनेगा, कोई तो राइटर बनेगा, कोई तो जर्नलिस्ट बनेगा, and कोई तो ब्लॉगर बनेगा, कोई तो व्लॉगर बनेगा, and there are n number of fields, and you may have to face such situation कि आप जब रिपोर्ट बनाओगे, आप जब फिल्म बनाओगे, आप जब वेब सीरीज बनाओगे, we always have to consider all these things. Okay, there are some national hero कि जिनके followers बहुत है, there are some national hero कि जिनको follower ही नहीं है. Okay, now one more thing is like that. Say Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Oh, okay, what we can say, a revolutionary personality. मतलब उनके इतने revolutionary decision मेरे ख्याल से बहुत कम लोगों ने लिए रहेंगे. For the betterment of the society, not only for the betterment of the country, but for the betterment of the society. लेकिन उनके ऊपर ना लिटरेचर अवेलेबल है, उनके ऊपर ना फिल्म अवेलेबल है, उनके ऊपर ना वेब सीरीज अवेलेबल है. The reason is because there are no followers to Mr. Raja Ram Mohan Roy as compared to other national heroes. So here also we can make allegations on the media. Media is biased in the context of making a film or no in all these activities, like for the literatures, or dramas, or web series. So why there is no film on Mr. Raja Ram Mohan Roy? Why there is always film on Nathuram Godse, Mr. Mahatma Gandhi, Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj? Why? Because these personalities, they are having these personalities, these national heroes, these forefathers having more followers. So media always consider the markets, but here we have to consider some ethical aspects also. Article 19(1)(a), that is freedom of the speech and expression, has given me the freedom. So that freedom is that I can express the way I want, I can express the things which I feel perfect. But here we have to consider while enjoying this Article 19(1)(a), we also have to consider the sentiments of the society. Here we have to decide to whom we have to give the more importance. My personal right is more important, or the society harmony is more important? That we have to consider always. And considering this balance, then we have to express ourselves through films, through web series, through news stories, some documentaries, on articles. If we don't maintain that balance, then there are chances that our film, our web series, or our article can disturb the society. So what is more important? society is more important or my personal life is more important? That we have to consider. Now, as far as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is concerned, no doubt, there is no ambiguity. Okay, he devoted his life for the nation. Devoted his life for the nation. So, if you discuss with some historians, okay, see, my motto is not to compare between some national heroes, but if you discuss with some historians, they have a different point of view regarding different national heroes. मेरे ख्याल से आप लोगों ने भी बहुत बार बहस सुनी रहेगी. What Mr. Mahatma Gandhi did for the India, what Mr. Lokmanya Tilak did for the India, what Mr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar did for the India. All these personalities, all these national heroes, all these forefathers have contributed in their own way to the country. That's why we are here. That's why we are here. But some political parties or some organizations, in order to know what can we say, for their selfishness or to encash these differences, they instigate one class of the society to defame another one or another national heroes. Okay, so being in industry since last 13 years, we have experienced n number of events like this, and then it felt very bad. Ki, kya, matlab, being a journalist, how can I stop these things? I always ask this question to myself. So, because this is the duty of the media to avoid such incidents in the society. Because see, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose fought in his own way for the India. Okay, Mr. Mahatma Gandhi fought his own way for the India. Same way, let it be Lokmanya Tilak, let it be Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, or there are Chandrasekhar Azad, Bhagat Singh. Okay, their ideologies were different. Their context was different. Contexts were different, but the motto was same: to get a freedom for the India, and they got it. Now there is no sense to fight right now, and what can we say, to discriminate among these national heroes and to prove that one national hero was better than another national hero. There is no logic in that. But unfortunately, the one part of media, when I use the media, it doesn't mean news channels and newspaper. I use these words in very comprehensive way, including films, web series, that books, everything. So one part of media is doing that. Indirectly and directly, they are comparing between the national heroes. So we have to consider, we have to take care of these aspects when you make a creative and productions on some national heroes. And fortunately, हम लोग ये कह सकते हैं कि नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस लकी है कि उनको अभी तक किसी भी कंट्रोवर्सी में हम लोगों ने घसीटा नहीं है. ओके, ये हम लोग उतना ही कर सकते हैं. अदरवाइज ऑल द नेशनल हीरोज डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली, अभी भी हम लोग, अभी मैं जब आया आपको सेशन लेने के पहले, वी हैड वन न्यूज दैट आर energy minister Mr. Nitin Raut, he made one comment. He once that the PO of the PO of the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose went to the founder of the RSA, that is Mr. Hegdewar, but Hegdewar denied the permission to Subhash Chandra Bose. Now there is no any source through which I can cross check whether Mr. Nitin Raut is saying right or wrong. But being a minister, if he is making a statement, though we have to show to the people, let people judge whether it is right or wrong. But let me know, is there any logic to again refresh all these events? What is the output that we are going to get after making such statements? But our ministers are making it. So I request to all my students, in future you will become my colleagues, we try our best to avoid such controversies among the national heroes. Okay, and if other sections of the media is doing, we should stop them, convince them, please, we are not supposed to do that. because people are losing hope, faith, and believing in media. Now, this is the time, this is the responsibility of all of us to again regain that faith, belief in the media. Yes, students.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Like we feel we should keep listening to you because your analysis was so commendable. Matlab, we get a different perspective actually when people, industry expert like you are, they are interacting. I'm very sure students must have got a different thought process also, and these students have also watched videos and they have also prepared little content. So let me just ask students to begin because they have also something to say. So whoever, I think Chaitali was supposed to begin. So please begin, and students, you can ask questions also if you wish. You can ask questions to sir, and
Yes.
you can ask sir can ask questions to you also. So please begin because we have very less time left.
What I feel, ma'am, let student ask the questions so I can answer their doubts and.
Okay, fine. Okay. So students, if anybody is encountering with any question, please let me let sir know.
Now, before that, I just want to know from the students. I hope you are getting what I was, explaining to you. आप सब लोगों को समझ में आया कि मैं जो कुछ कह रहा था, or there was any ambiguity? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think Shruti Pandey want to ask. She raised the hand. Yes, Shruti.
Yes, sir.
So good afternoon, sir. My question was that while I was doing research on him, since I had heard a lot about him since my school years, and I heard that he was a controversial figure by my own teacher. She told that he was an extremist in nature, according to the INC, which we called as Indian National Congress. So, what do you think? Is he a controversial figure? Because what the research I have done says nothing about controversy around him. All he did was devote himself to for the country, for the betterment of the people of the country. So, what are the things that we should consider about it? How should
Yes,
we do this?
yes, Shruti. Uh, uh, I'm not answering your question, but I'm just sharing my viewpoint, uh, my point of view on this topic. See, controversy is again a subjective concept. A particular thing which is controversial for you, not necessarily that same thing is controversial for me. But what is controversial for me, not necessarily it is controversial for you. What is controversy? Controversy is nothing but the differences between the two ideologies. Am I right? Okay. So are
Yes, sir.
all, yeah, now whatever the political party we are having, okay, they are based on some ideology. Okay, some political party having a base of what you can say religious base, what we can say. Some political party having a that language is their base, or that religious, no, not religious, that religion ka asmita is their base, something like that. When India got a freedom, see here we have to understand some history, and we have to understand some politics after the independence of the India. Okay, so when India got independence, then of course there was a party. The major party was Congress, that is INC, जिसका आपने जिक्र किया कि Indian National Congress. And most of the ministers, most of the leaders belonging to that party, because that was a, what we can say, the Congress was having a monopoly. Okay, now the Congress is having a competition, but first 40 to 50 years, the Congress was enjoying a monopoly, not in a literal sense, but in a true sense, that Congress was enjoying a monopoly in the field of the politics of the India. So
Yes, sir.
whatever the Congress, what you can say, Congress जो कुछ भी बयान करता था, that was considered as that the statement of the India, because there are no competitors. Okay, so abhi some decision of the Indian National Congress was opposed by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. आपने रिसर्च किया है, So you also must be aware about it. Okay, शायद आपको आपने स्पेसिफिकली अगर उस टॉपिक के ऊपर अगर रिसर्च किया है, then you must be having a more facts and details than any of us. तो some things opposed by, लेकिन still that image of what you can say a national hero, ये national hero का जो image था regarding नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस was there in the minds of the people. Okay, so I am not saying that the Congress was opposing Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, but the decision which was opposed by Mr. Subhash Chandra Bose, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose of the Congress. So आपका जो doubts है उसका आंसर उसी में छुपा हुआ है. I hope you got it what I want to say.
Yes, sir. And while I was doing the research on him, because I see him as my inspiration for the country. So while I was doing my research, I literally came across a statement that said that his political views were in support of complete freedom for India with a classless society and state socialism at the earliest. Whereas most of the Congress committee wanted it in phases through a dominant status. So, sir, can you just explain it in a lively manner, like a little more? Because I can understand it because I have done the research, but the audience, the people around here may not understand what I said it in the statement. And you have also mentioned it before also that he wanted a modern society in India, but people's mindset has not changed over the years. Like it has not progressed that much.
Shruti, with the due respect towards what you can say, your knowledge, what you have done research about it, I quite appreciate you. But including you and your other friends, those who are having doubts regarding this, or those who want to know about this particular topic, no, I request all of you, no, we can communicate on another platform, not this, because we have to maintain some, no, what you can say, we should not cross that thin line, because this is a one education institution program, and of course the answers is subject to some controversy. The answers
Yes, sir. Yes,
to
sir.
your question is subject to some controversy. So I don't want to put your institution and this program into the controversy just because of my answer. Okay, it doesn't mean that I'm not doing a daring to answer these questions. I would like to answer your questions, but not on this platform. I hope you can understand, because we have to maintain that one. We should not cross that one thin line. Okay, because see, मैंने फिर से कहा कि controversy is again subjective. What is controversial for me, it may not be controversy for you. So अभी मुझे लग रहा है कि शायद मैं आपको जो आंसर दूंगा, which is not controversy for you, but it may be controversy for me. So ये controversy के झमेले में हम लोग PNDC को बिल्कुल बीच में नहीं लाएंगे. So after this program,
Yes,
or
sir. Truly, I
day after
understand what you are
tomorrow,
trying to say.
tomorrow, day after tomorrow, tomorrow in the afternoon, no, you and including your friends, we can have this call like this in some other platform, then we can discuss. I hope you can understand.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, I truly understand what you meant, and I respect your opinion. And thank you for telling me this, because even I need to understand some borders.
Yeah, thank you for you, because you are understanding the context. Yes. Yes.
I think there are other observations also by other students.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Ishika Mehta from BMS. I had a question about that. Netaji told us freedom can't get by using non-violence. I had a question that it's okay to use violence for freedom.
See, again, my personal opinion is that it doesn't mean that I am denying or I am disrespecting Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. जैसे मैंने कहा ना, everybody is having that freedom of thought, expression, speech, everything. So due respect toward this freedom, I'm expressing myself. I feel that ki, yes, you can get a freedom without violence, and this experiment we can not we, the whole could witness in the case of India, in the case of South Africa. Okay, अभी नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस इन्होंने जो स्टेटमेंट किया था, here we have to understand in what context he made a statement. We should not take a literal interpretation of it. उन्होंने जो कहा हुआ है सिर्फ हम लोग उसको पकड़ के अगर उसका अर्थ निकालने को जाएंगे, then it will be an injustice with Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Here we have to consider the situation in which he made such a statement. Okay, आप तो पता है कि जब भारत को स्वतंत्र मिल रहा था उस वक्त दूसरे महायुद्ध का दौर चल रहा था. Am I right? Yes, am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it was the Second World War, ना? It was the Second World War. Okay, तो उस वक्त जो दुनिया में सब कुछ चल रहा था उसको मद्देनजर रखते हुए नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस इन्होंने स्टेटमेंट कहा था कि वी कांट गेट अ फ्रीडम विदाउट अ वायलेंस. इट डजंट मीन दैट Netaji Subhash Chandra was pro-violence. So we should not take him in that way at all. वो हमारी सबसे बड़ी गलती होगी अगर हम लोग उनको उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से उनके स्टेटमेंट को अगर जज करेंगे तो. We don't understand the context. He see that was a better opportunity to attack on British people with the help of the British enemy. दुश्मन का दुश्मन हमारा दोस्त होता है. ओके, इस लाइन के ऊपर he tried to make a friendship with the Japan. Okay, and with the help of the Japan he thought ki we could be to the England. So in that context he made that statement. Okay, I hope ki you are getting what am I telling to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, students, be
Yes,
very
sir.
frank. Agar if you are not getting the things, then please let me know. I can try my best to explain you in a more simple words. And don't necessarily कि you all have to agree with me. You may have different opinion, and you are completely free. Rather not even our constitution only in आपको उन्होंने अधिकार दिया हुआ है कि आपको जो कुछ भी लगे आप without any fear, without any ये आप उसको express कर सकते हो. सो मेरा कहना सिर्फ इतना ही था कि उनके इस एक लाइन को लेके हम लोग उनको प्रो वायलेंस थे वो ऐसे जज करना हमारी सबसे बड़ी गलती होगी. हियर वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इन व्हाट कंटेक्स्ट ही मेड अ स्टेटमेंट. जैसे आप हिंदी फिल्म में दिखाते हो कि बचपन में वो जो हीरो रहता था, मतलब अभी नहीं, 90s के आपने जो अगर पुराने फिल्में देखे रहेंगे अमिताभ बच्चन या शशि कपूर के दौर के, वो हीरो को बचपन में चोरी करनी पड़ती है. लेकिन वो चोरी क्यों करता है? अपनी माँ की दवा के लिए चोरी करता है. उस चोरी को चोरी कहेंगे क्या? इफ यू अप्लाई द आईपीसी सेक्शंस रिगार्डिंग अ थेफ्ट देन इट्स अ थेफ्ट. लेकिन एथिक्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से अगर हम लोग देखें तो उसको हम लोग चोरी नहीं कहते. am I right? In that way we have to consider the statement made by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose regarding violence. He was not at all a pro violence. उन्होंने उस पूरे सिचुएशन को कंसीडर करके ये स्टेटमेंट कहा था. यस.
Hello, sir. I am Deepa Jha from FYBMM. I want to ask you that नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस का एक बहुत फेमस कोट है, तुम मुझे खून दो मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. तो I just wanted to ask you that what he meant by it. What message he wanted to deliver us by saying it. What do you think?
Okay. So it was like that. It was to motivate the people before that. मतलब जो स्वतंत्रता मिलने के पहले भारत की जनता को स्वतंत्रता के बारे में इंस्टिगेट या मोटिवेट करने के लिए उन्होंने कहा था. उनका कहना था तुम मुझे खून दो, इसका मतलब क्या है? तुम देश के लिए जान न्यौछावर करने की तैयारी रखो, मैं तुम्हें देश की स्वतंत्रता दूंगा. That was he meant by this statement. तुम मुझे खून दो मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. खून दो doesn't mean कि he was asking for the blood in literal sense. he was asking the people to for readiness to sacrifice your life for the country. That was the खून. तो खून शब्द का अर्थ है कि आप भारत के लिए जान न्यौछावर करने की तैयारी रखते हो क्या? If yes, then definitely I will give the freedom. That was Netaji Subhash Chandra meant by this statement. ये दीपा
Yes,
आपको got my
yes,
point?
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I have one more question.
Yes, yes, continue.
कि उस टाइम पे गांधी जी भी थे जो कि नॉन वायलेंस में बिलीव करते थे, और एक साइड सुभाष चंद्र बोस भी थे जो बिलीव करते थे कि हमें फ्रीडम के लिए अगर लड़ाई भी करना पड़े तो हमें करना चाहिए, क्योंकि हमारी फ्रीडम है, हमारा देश है। तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक, मतलब क्या आप एग्री करते कि दोनों अपनी जगह सही थे? दोनों का अलग अलग तरीका था, दोनों अपनी अपनी जगह सही थे। क्या आप इस बात से एग्री करते हैं?
दोनों अपने अपनी जगह पे सही थे, इसलिए सही थे, जैसे अभी मैं आपको एग्जांपल दूंगा। नाउ हियर यू कंसीडर द एरा ऑफ छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज। ओके, इन दोज डेज इफ अगर उस वक्त कोई अगर अहिंसा की बात करता था तो कुल छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज हैव हिज दिस ओन एम्पायर पॉसिबल था?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Okay. So it doesn't mean that, इसका मतलब ये था कि छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज प्रो वायलेंस थे?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir. What I want to say again, whatever we have to judge, we must judge in the context of the concerned situation of that particular time. Okay, देखो, तो भारत का जो कुछ भी इतिहास था, स्वतंत्र पूर्व भारत का इतिहास की बात कर रहा हूं, मतलब भारत को स्वतंत्रता मिलने के पहले भारत का जो इतिहास था वो क्या था? आप जितने भी राजा महाराजाओं का अगर इतिहास पढ़ते हो तो उसमें क्या किसका जिक्र है? ये लड़ाई जीती, महाराणा प्रताप ने वो लड़ाई जीती, छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज उन्होंने ये लड़ाई जीती थी, ओके, टीपू सुल्तान उन्होंने वो लड़ाई जीती थी। तो हमको आजादी, ये जो कंसेप्ट है, फ्रीडम ये जो कंसेप्ट है, तो हमारी हिस्ट्री क्या कहती है? आपको लड़के ही आजादी मिलती है। that is our history, that was our history. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो फर्स्ट टाइम महात्मा गांधी, ओके, उन्होंने पहली बार दुनिया को दिखाया कि लड़ाई के बिना भी आजादी मिल सकती है। So that non-violent freedom movement was completely a new concept to the India, not to the India but the most of the पूरी दुनिया के लिए हम लोग कह सकते हैं। ओके, इमेजिन करो कि अगर हमारे अभी का जो पीरियड है, अभी का जो एरा है, अगर आप लोगों ने कहा कि हम लोग अभी चांद के ऊपर जा सकते हैं, बस से जा सकते हैं, सो यू विल लाफ ऑन मी। व्हाई? बिकॉज अभी तक हम लोगों ने ऐसा कुछ एक्सपीरियंस ही नहीं किया है। यू आर गेटिंग माय पॉइंट्स? आई एम जस्ट गिविंग दिस टू, मतलब अभी मैंने आपको जो एग्जांपल दिया उसको मैं स्टूपिड एग्जांपल कहूंगा। आई एम जस्ट गिविंग दिस स्टूपिड एग्जांपल जस्ट टू इल्यूस्ट्रेट द कांसेप्ट्स। तो उसी वक्त अगर महात्मा गांधी जी ने कहा था कि लड़ाई के बिना भी हम लोग फ्रीडम मिला सकते हैं, so that was shocking for the whole India, that was shocking for these all important personalities। ये कैसे पॉसिबल है? ओके, स्वतंत्रता के लिए या आजादी के लिए छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज को लड़ाई करनी पड़ी, महाराणा प्रताप उनको लड़ाई करनी पड़ी, ओके, झांसी की रानी उनको लड़ाई करनी पड़ी। तो विदाउट लड़ाई, विदाउट दिस फाइट, हाउ कैन वी हैव फ्रीडम? गॉट माय पॉइंट? So in that context, of course, that नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस या जो बाकी और कोई भी ले लो ना, चंद्रशेखर आजाद रहने दो या भगत सिंह रहने दो या राजगुरु रहने दो, they all were right in that context. And Mahatma Gandhi was more experimental, he was doing the experiment. Okay, अगर महात्मा गांधी जी का अगर एक्सपेरिमेंट अगर फेल हो जाता तो क्या होता था? तो अगर वही प्रूव हो जाता ना कि लड़ाई के बिना आजादी नहीं मिलती, ओके, तो एक्सपीरियंस ये बता रहा था उस वक्त कि लड़ाई के बिना आजादी नहीं मिलती। इसलिए नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस कहते थे या बाकी के कोई भी जिनको हम लोग क्रांतिकारी कहते हैं, उनका कहना ये था कि लड़ाई की बिना आजादी नहीं मिलती। एंड महात्मा गांधी was doing the experiment and he was firm on his experiment. He was firm on his experiment because he had experience in South Africa. That is why he was firm on his experiment. Yes, नॉन वायलेंस, अहिंसा के इससे भी हम लोग आजादी मिला सकते हैं। ओके, सो दे बोथ वर डायरेक्टिंग टुवर्ड्स वन टारगेट, मतलब एक ही रूट था उन लोगों का। जैसे ट्रैक को रहते ना, अलग अलग ट्रैक एक ही रहता है, दोनों को जाना एक ही जगह पे है, लेकिन दोनों कभी मिलते नहीं, उसी तरह से चल रहा था, बाकी कुछ भी नहीं है। तो दे बोथ वर राइट इन देयर ओन वे। हम लोग अभी उनको जज करना बहुत गलत होगा कि कौन सही था या कौन गलत था।
यस सर।
ओके
सर, आज मैं एक स्टोरी अभी मेरे माइंड में आई है जो कि देशभक्ति से रिलेटेड है, so I want to share it, so may I?
Yes, sure.
It's just a small story.
Please continue.
कि हमारी 10th की हिंदी की बुक में एक कहानी थी जिसका नाम था नेताजी का चश्मा। सो उस कहानी का नाम था नेताजी का चश्मा। तो उसमें एक कैप्टन साहब होते हैं जो कि रोज अपने ऑफिस के लिए एक ही साइड से निकलते हैं। तो वो एक चश्मे की दुकान देखते हैं जिसके बाहर नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस का स्टैचू खड़ा रहता है, और जो चश्मे वाला होता है वो लंगड़ा होता है। लेकिन वो क्या करता है, वो अपना कोई भी चश्मा बेचने से पहले सबसे पहले एक चश्मा ले जाके नेताजी के चेहरे पे लगाता है। रोज वो उनका चश्मा चेंज करता था, रोज। लेकिन फिर एक दिन क्या नोटिस करते हैं वो कैप्टन साहब, जब वो जा रहे होते हैं अपने ऑफिस के लिए, तो नोटिस करते हैं कि रोज तो यहाँ पे नेताजी का चश्मा बदलता था, लेकिन आज बहुत दिनों से नेताजी का चश्मा क्यों नहीं बदला, आज वही चश्मा क्यों है, मैं बहुत दिनों से देख रहा हूँ वही चश्मा है। तो उस चश्मे वाले की जो दुकान होती है उसके बगल में ही एक पान वाले की दुकान होती है। तो वो बताता है कि वो जो लंगड़ा था वो तो मर गया, इस वजह से नेताजी का चश्मा अभी तक किसी ने भी नहीं बदला, क्योंकि बस वही एक था जो कि नेताजी का चश्मा बदलता था। उसके अंदर देशभक्ति की भावना थी, भले ही वो लंगड़ा होके अपना कुछ वैसा देशभक्ति की भावना दिखा नहीं पाता था, वो रैलीज में नहीं जा पाता था, क्योंकि ये उस टाइम की बात है जब जस्ट हमें आजादी मिली ही थी। वहां पे तब देशभक्ति की भावना सबके अंदर थी। तो उसे पान वाला बताता है क्योंकि वो सब जगह मतलब रैलीज वगैरह में नहीं जा पाता था, वो फ्लैग होस्ट नहीं कर पाता था, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो देशभक्त नहीं था, वो अपनी देशभक्ति शो करता था। वो चश्मा पहनाता था, रोज चेंज करता था नेताजी का चश्मा, लेकिन अब वो मर गया है तो कोई भी नहीं आता है उसको चेंज करने के लिए। तो ये सोच के कैप्टन साहब यही सोचते हैं कि आज भी हमारे देश में देशभक्ति जिंदा है, नहीं तो लोग हमें आजादी मिलने के बाद हमारे जो फ्रीडम फाइटर्स हैं उनको भी भूल गए, और जो फ्रीडम की जो वैल्यू थी वो कहीं खो गई हमें फ्रीडम मिलने के बाद। लेकिन फिर वो उस रास्ते को, मतलब पहले वो जाते थे नेताजी का चश्मा देखने ही जाते थे कि आज कौन सा चश्मा पहनाया है उन्हें उस चश्मे वाले ने, तो वो रास्ता ही छोड़ देते हैं, क्योंकि उनको वो रास्ता फिर उदास लगने लगता है कि अब तो नेताजी का चश्मा बदलता ही नहीं है, कोई उनकी मूर्ति भी कोई साफ नहीं करता, तो वो रास्ता ही छोड़ देता है। फिर ऐसे ही एक दिन वो उस रास्ते से बाय चांस जा रहा होता है, उसे कहीं जाना होता है, तो वो जस्ट नोटिस करता है कि नेताजी का चश्मा बदला हुआ है। तो फिर जब वो जाता है चश्मे के पास, मतलब स्टैचू के पास जाता है, तो देखता है कि किसी ने लकड़ी का चश्मा बना के, जो सरकंडा होता है वो गाँव में मिलता है, वो पतली सी लकड़ी होती है जो बहुत फ्लेक्सिबल टाइप की होती है, तो उसका एक चश्मा बना के किसी बच्चे ने उनके चेहरे पर लगाया हुआ है। तो कैप्टन साहब यही सोचते हैं कि ऐसा नहीं है उस कैप्टन के, मतलब उस चश्मे वाले के मरने के बाद कि देशभक्ति मर गई है, आज भी हमारे देश के बच्चों में देशभक्ति जिंदा है। और इस कहानी से हमें यही प्रेरणा मिलती है कि ये नहीं है कि आप सारी चीजों में पार्टिसिपेट करो, हर चीज करो, मतलब शो करो कि हाँ मैं देशभक्त हूँ, तो ही आपकी देशभक्ति शो होगी। आपकी छोटी छोटी चीजों से भी, जैसे वो नेताजी का चश्मा बदलता था, उससे भी शो, जबकि वो लंगड़ा था, उसको चलने फिरने में भी बहुत दिक्कत होती, बट वो चल के आता था और नेताजी का चश्मा बदलता था। अपने उसकी दुकान में चाहे कितने भी कस्टमर्स आ जाएं, लेकिन वो सबसे पहले नेताजी का चश्मा बदलता था, उसके बाद वो कोई चश्मा बेचता था। तो ये चीज जो है वो उसकी देशभक्ति को शो करता है। तो यही कहानी थी। तो यही ये जो पूरी कहानी थी, इसमें नेताजी के चश्मे को ज्यादा लाइट दिया गया है, इसीलिए इस कहानी का नाम था नेताजी का चश्मा। So this is all about the story. Thank you.
अभी हमको नेताजी का चश्मा बदलने की जरूरत नहीं, अभी हम सब लोगों को हमारा चश्मा बदलने की जरूरत है, क्योंकि हम लोग नेशनल हीरोज को लेके झगड़ रहे हैं। ये जो नजरिया है कि नेशनल हीरोज को हम लोग एक दूसरे के एक किसी रिलीजन में या किसी आइडियोलॉजी में हम लोग बांट रहे हैं, ये जो नजरिया है, ये जो चश्मा भी, वो हमको बदलना जरूरी है, और वही सच्ची देशभक्ति रहेगी। Of course, we have to respect all the national heroes, but if you don't want to respect him, then at least don't disrespect him. ये हमको समझ के लेना पड़ेगा। आपको अगर नेशनल एंथम में खड़ा नहीं होना है तो मत खड़े हो जाइए, लेकिन कोई खड़ा होके देशभक्ति प्रकट कर रहा है तो उसके ऊपर मत हंसिए। ओके, तो ये देशभक्ति हमने को अपनानी पड़ेगी। और जिसको आपने कहा कि जो नजरिया है, देयर शुड नॉट बी एक्सट्रीमिज्म, जिसको हम लोग मूलतत्ववाद कहते हैं। एक्सट्रीमिज्म इन एनी केस इज ऑलवेज डेंजर, दैट वी हैव टू कंसीडर, दैट वी हैव टू ऑलवेज अंडरस्टैंड कि सी अभी दिस इज माय पर्सनल ओपिनियन एंड आई कैन शेयर विथ यू विदाउट एनी डेयर एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स। यस, आम्रपाली को कुछ तो पहले पूछना है। यस आम्रपाली।
सर एक्चुअली ना, हेलो सर, मुझे ना एक्चुअली एक बात कहनी थी कि आजकल जो पॉलिटिशियंस लोग, आजकल के जो युवा पॉलिटिशियंस होने दो या फिर कोई भी पर्टिकुलर पार्टीज के होने दो, तो फिर लाइक आजकल ना लोग नेताजी का नाम हो या फिर नेहरू जी का नाम हो, गांधी जी का नाम हो, अम्बेडकर जी का नाम हो, या फिर कोई भी और फ्रीडम फाइटर हो, सबके नाम पे बस लाइक लोगों को वोट लेना है, वो वोट चाहिए होते हैं। इवन तो लाइक कुछ फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के एक्टर्स भी बोलते हैं कि हमें हमारे देश को आजादी तो 2014
sorry to disturb you, Amrapali, I'm sorry to disturb you, but I got a call from Hashmat. They have a program, no? So they have to begin with their program. Okay, so we need to wind up. I think Krutika, just please say a vote of thanks and we will wind up. Thank you, sir, from bottom of my heart.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thanks a lot. We will have a more exclusive session later on. बाद में हम लोग मीडिया लैब में रखेंगे सामने sessions where we can have more scope for interaction. Sir is also very busy, but sir ने हमारा डिपार्टमेंट का प्रोग्राम है करके ज्वाइन किया. I
always try my best to available for the BMM. So you no need to thanks. It's my it's just like my personal program. If I could not attend, then it will be it was wrong from my end. Okay. Yes, ma'am. We can wind up or we can yes.
Yes. Ma'am, shall I continue?
Krutika, just say thank you all because वो लोग wait कर रहे हैं. They are like they have their program.
Okay, ma'am.
And please fill a feedback form to get certificate.
Thank you, Principal Ma'am, Asha Ma'am. Thank you, Madhuri, moderator of this program, Mr. Ashish Katkar, sir. In spite of having a busy schedule, you came across and took this session for us. Thank you, Nimisha ma'am, who has planned this program very beautifully. Thanks to all the panelists who participated in today's discussion, all the students from BMM department, audiences, teachers who made this program successful. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Urtika. Thank you, students. I will see you again. I hope we will meet in a class. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Take care, all of you.
Yes.
And happy Republic Day in advance to all of you.
Yes, same to all of you.
Yes. Thank you, sir.